I'm going to do a demonstration on how to make these salsa containers that you see here. These are a couple that I had left in my studio, and it's the last one, so it's probably not the best, but nevertheless, it'll show you what I'm going to demonstrate in just a minute. Uh, you can see there's two glazes on this. The glaze on the left-hand side is a three-part glaze. It's made up of equal parts dolomite, feldspar, and Kentucky ball clay. And then the one on the left is, excuse me, the one on the right is a loaded iron glaze, a saturated iron, of which there are many. So I'll show you how to put these things together. I will already have them thrown, but I'll show you how to trim them and attach them. So enjoy it. See you later. All right, I'm going to show you something simple, and that's how to make a little salsa container. And one of the toughest things I think is trimming it, because you have to trim it, these salsa bowls, when they're still quite soft. Otherwise you can't put them together. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So what you do is you throw a hump of clay, rounded like that, and then you take as much of the slip off of it as you can. Now there's two ways to do this from this point on. So what I'm going to use is, this is going to be kind of like a chuck to hold this. Here's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm going to be trimming, but it's still very soft. See, I can bend it like that. So if I tried to put it on the wheel, I could stick it on the wheel in the kind of the traditional sense, but this is the way I prefer to do it. I know that an English potter would probably just seal it to the wheel, but I'm not an English potter. I won't do it that way. I always have trouble getting them up after that. But you make this, the contour of this piece here, kind of fit the inside of that bowl. And like I said, it's important that it's kind of dry. Now at this point, you could put a piece of plastic over this, like a piece of saran wrap. The way that I usually do it is take my torch here, very macho thing to do. Just slightly dry out the surface. I do that so it won't stick. And then place that over the top, and it should stay on there. I mean, it should hold it in position. The trimming is really simple. I mean, all I'm going to do is just kind of round it off so it looks neat. Just like that. That's it. Done. Grab it, turn it over, go to the next one, do the same thing. And I think I'll just stay right here and put this sucker together. Oh, thanks. Okay, so there's two of them done. And I do these with 2, 3, and even 4 different parts. I've got a lot more to do in a few minutes, so I just thought I'd show you how to do this. So I've got a whole stack of these things over there to do. I think I mentioned before on one of my videos that we're having a show come up here. We call it our Mother's Day show. We have that in May, so I've got all kinds of pots going at this time. So I put slip on both sides here. I could score it, but I don't really think I need to. The clay's so wet. And just push that together like that. Make sure that you use pressure. Pressure is really the most important thing, I think, when you're pushing things together. And or when you're some people call it welding pieces together. And having the clay about the same consistency. Now these were thrown at the same time, so they're certainly the same consistency, and they're both very wet. If one was considerably drier than the other, I'd score the heck out of it probably. Okay, so now I'm going to pull a handle. Hope you can see this. Thin it out at the end a bit, because I'm going to use that end for something. There, I'm going to just pinch it off. A little bit of slip here. usually start it in the middle, like that. Make a loop there. Kind of do a little fancy thing there, like that. Pull that off. And then I thought I'd have a little more left, but I don't have too much. So I'll usually stick this under and do a little loop there too. And that's it. That's a salsa. I mentioned that there were quite a few of these things that I was doing. So here they are. They're all done. That is, they're put together at least. Sometimes I do a little fancy handle. That one's got a couple of them put together. There's another one with a kind of a double handle on it. There's one with 4 little saucers or 4 little bowls put together. Some of them have 3. Thanks for watching, you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.